up on the Get Loud podcast, we got a beatdown in the Big Easy.
And no proposal.
No, that's right. I think Taylor left early in that game.
Yeah, she got booed.
Also, you're going to break down the quarterback position coming up in the draft?
No, most definitely. We're going to talk Super Bowl commercials also.
Oh, we are halftime show, and Anna is back with a new game called The Final
Word
Fray.
Yes.
Yes. How you doing, guys? It is the Get Loud podcast presented by SeatGeek, the official primary ticketing partner of the Washington Commanders. Find tickets to Commanders games and more at SeatGeek. Fred Smoot, Michael Jenkins, and back from her hiatus, producer Anna is here.
Woohoo!
Yes, back from
Excited to be
Colorado.
here.
Happy Hangover Day to everybody out there in the United States. It's a great day. It's the day after the Super Bowl, my friend. And how did that Super Bowl go for you, James?
Well, it went well for me. I had to work early this morning, so I couldn't get turned like you did, because I know you did.
Turn it upside down. Like, most definitely. Like, the one thing I do is I've gotten to the point where when it's a Super Bowl game and I want to take every play in, I was like, this is going to be a good game. Mm-hmm. I might want to do this at home. I might want to just watch it by myself, chilling, enjoying myself. That's what I did. Did not want to go out.
Didn't you have some gumbo, too?
I made some gumbo. Yes, I did make some gumbo. You know, gumbo tastes better the day after.
Does it?
It's like
some foods are like that.
No, it's like spaghetti.
Mm-hmm.
Like spaghetti tastes better as it sets. All right, well, gumbo is the same thing. It tastes better as it sets.
Also, reminder, the new Get Loud podcast will now come to you on Friday. Is that right, Anna?
Yes. So our next pod will be out the 21st, which is a while. So don't forget about us. Keep leaving your voicemails, sending us emails. We will be back.
And that was Anna's decision, not ours.
Hold on. We're weekend people. Like, what better than to have Get Loud for your whole weekend to enjoy? Friday is the best day of the week, and that's when Get Loud is out.
That's why you get paid the big bucks.
There you go.
That happens.
Plus, I'm better later on in the week. Getting going on a Monday is hard.
Listen, you know what? I enjoy starting people a week off because Monday is like that hard day. That's true. That nobody actually wants. So I feel like we was there to lift people up and say, you know what, go do your job. Because we doing ours. Right? So it's like, no matter what just happened Sunday, even though we had to be at the game and some nights I had to get off the air at 2 a.m, I'm here Monday morning to Get Loud. So
in season, we might be back to our Monday taping cadence and whatever. But for the off season, Friday, best day of the week.
Best day of the week.
Yeah.
All right. That's what we do. Yeah.
Time for your hot ticket. Presented by SeatGeek, the most disruptive idea in ticketing. A ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek. What a beatdown.
Listen.
We saw in Super Bowl 59.
Smoosterdamus, I hate to tink my own bell.
Okay.
But, I did pick the Philadelphia Eagles to win this game. I feel like they were the most complete team. Mm-hmm. They actually made the Kansas City Chiefs look old yesterday. Like, they looked old.
And defeated.
It was this youth movement over there with Philadelphia that it was like, all right, this is a full roster. You might have Captain America.
Right.
You might have a superhero over here. But we have guys that are all on the same level, and we're just going to unload. People always say, this guy's a stat hound, this guy. So everybody was looking for Saquon Barkley to get 100 yards.
Yeah.
They had to pay so much attention to Saquon Barkley, they left all the passing lanes open. All of them. So he's the MVP of the game to me. Because of how they had to play and prepare for him, opened everything up for A.J. Brown. And how about Dotson? How about Jahan Dotson?
Out of nowhere.
You know what? As an ex-player, him being an ex-Washington player, seeing him go through some ups and downs, I thought that was just deserved. Like, perfectly for him to go out there on that stage and make those plays. Kudos to you. I'm not a hater. Kudos to you, Jahan Dotson. Yeah. Hell of a game right there. He played at Penn State. Just perfect storybook ending.
I thought it was interesting that what we have been talking about for weeks, at least in the media, which is on paper, Eagles are the best team in football.
Yeah.
Like when you talk about talent, Eagles are the best team in football.
Yeah.
And last night, and it's easy to say after the fact, but that was a reminder that this is a team game.
Yes.
Because it was, look, across the board, who's a more talented team? The Eagles. But the Chiefs have Patrick Mahomes, which is fair.
And they got coach.
And they got Andy Reid, and they have talent.
Yeah.
But we all knew if you look at the talent discrepancy, the Eagles are the better team, and then we saw a full team, a complete team game.
It's the ultimate team sport. You need everybody to win it. The 53rd, that's what they always say in football. You're only as good as the 53rd person on the roster. The Eagles not only had them beat with the starting 22, they had them beat with depth. They got depth. Now, the one thing that we got going for us when it comes to Philadelphia, they're about to succumb to their greatness because they can't pay everybody.
Kellen Moore's going to go, yep.
Yeah, Kelly Moore is gone, so they go a brain trust. So now Jalen Hurts got to have his third offensive coordinator in set years. All right, also, guys like Big Play Slay, by the way, I hate to rub this in. This is 8 consecutive years that a Mississippi State Bulldog has been in the Super Bowl.
This is how I knew you were going to say something. I walked in there like, hey, Jinx, you have any Longhorns playing the Super Bowl last night? I'm like, yeah, a couple. Well, let me tell you something about Mississippi State. And I was like, okay.
Representation is everything.
That's true.
That says everything. Fletcher Cox, all these guys. Like, all I'm saying is 8 consecutive years with a Mississippi State Bulldog. And yet again, Big Play Slay holds that Super Bowl trophy up for the Bulldogs of Mississippi State, only the best SEC school in the SEC.
I don't know if I've ever seen a front four dominate a big game like that. It's been a long – the Eagles didn't blitz. They didn't have to.
Sweat, Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith, playing with their hair on fire.
Yeah.
Playing with their hair on fire. Joe Tooney showed that he was not supposed to be a tackle. He was not supposed to be a tackle. It showed.
They tried, but he needs to be a guard.
And they didn't even try to run the ball. Kansas City did not. They dominated the first half so bad. And I hope this is a lesson. If this is a measuring stick, I felt like the Commanders played the Philadelphia Eagles better than Kansas City. So if that's the measuring stick, we're not that far off.
Yeah.
We're not that far off. But I must say this. Philadelphia is the measuring stick. They are the measuring stick.
Yes, no question. And I thought it was funny that whenever the Chiefs would do something offensively or Patrick Mahomes would scramble, there would be a flag, and you're like, oh, the Chiefs are going to do something. And you look back, it's like, no, someone has his arm wrapped around Josh Sweat's neck.
Yes.
Like, the only way to stop them was to hold them.
To hold him. Like, it was one of those things where, I'm sorry, the Kansas City, I know we're not used to saying this, got outclassed.
They did.
They looked like the inferior team. They looked like a team that wasn't supposed to be there. They looked like a team, like I said, Philadelphia has this youth movement. They look younger. They look more spry. They look more energetic. A.J. Brown finally got an offensive pass interference. Where was that 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
But it was just one of those, they was a team of destiny. I felt like they was a team of destiny, and it showed.
I felt like for the first time in a long time that the Chiefs got hit in the mouth hard and early, and they
did not know how to respond.
It's the first time I've seen them in shock, like, what is this?
Yeah.
Because they fallen behind early, they were keeping their cool, but once Patrick kept going down, he throws a pick six, I thought, I haven't seen the Chiefs rattled, legitimately rattled like this.
Yes, and we seen it on the national stage. We saw them actually for the first time blink.
Yeah.
Like, the one thing about having 15 on the field, the game is never over. I was at the halftime show watching the halftime show like, this game is over with. Come on, we played the Philadelphia Eagles 3 times, so I got a very intimate look at them. And I know their strengths, I know their weakness, and I was like, this ain't the team you want to throw 40 times against. If you throw 40 times against a Vic Fangio defense, you're going to fail. Like, that's going to happen. Luckily, they kept Vic Fangio, but Kelly Moore going to New Orleans. Is New Orleans the best destination for the Super Bowl? Because I felt like,
I love it. Well, people in the comments, there were some haters on New Orleans.
hating about what?
They just said, oh, New Orleans ain't all that. You can still get robbed in New Orleans. I'm like, well, yes.
You can get robbed in any city.
You get robbed in my neighborhood.
Yeah, you can get robbed in the country.
Walk around the corner.
Yeah, by a cowboy. All I'm saying is this.
By a cowboy.
The production, like when it first came on, and Tom Brady and Strahan walking down Bourbon Street, and Lady Gaga playing the piano.
She was awesome.
Oh, I'm like, oh, first of all, and then from what I'm hearing, like the whole week, New Orleans is the ultimate destination for stuff like this. It's many, I love other cities, but I think when it comes to hosting the Super Bowl, New Orleans and Las Vegas are in a league of their own.
Getting back to the Eagles and the pressure they put on Patrick Mahomes and how human they made Patrick Mahomes look.
Yeah.
That's the worst game I think I've ever seen Patrick Mahomes play.
It was.
How much of that was the Eagles' defense? A lot of it was. How much of it was Patrick Mahomes being so discombobulated that he didn't seem to have the composure he normally has?
Yeah, it was one of those games where they got him off his spot. They made him throw pinpoint passes, and Philadelphia basically said, my DBs are better than your receivers. We're going to force you to beat us that way. And it didn't work for him, Jakes. It was the perfect, Vic Fangio perfectly, and this is what I did know. If you go back to those Denver years where Vic Fangio was the head coach of Denver, they came out with the two high safeties that slowed him down. Vic Fangio was the first coach to slow him down, and now that he's defensive coordinator of Philadelphia, he knew how to slow this guy down, make him patient, make him beat you with 1,000 paper cuts. All right, he is the one. He's the guy that crafted. This is how you slow him down, and yesterday was a masterpiece.
Yeah, I remember Cooper DeJean was unbelievable. We loved him at Iowa. And I just remember when we were watching the draft and the Eagles were on the clock, we were both like, don't do it. Don't take him.
Not after taking Quinn Young Mitchell.
Because we knew like this guy is a player, and so man, he was unbelievable.
The biggest Cooper DeJean fan.
I know.
I told people he's special. He got it when it comes to cornerbacks. That means a knack for the ball. Also, he's never panicky. I don't like my defensive backs panicky. He's never panicky, and he understands football to a T. I knew he was going to be a baller. Now let me ask you this question.
Okay.
Were you let down this year by the quality of Super Bowl commercials?
Oh.
Because you know it's a standard.
Here's what I think. I think that in theory, the idea is make a great commercial.
Yeah.
But I think the focus has shifted from let's just find a celebrity who's going to hawk this for us. Let's put in a bunch of celebrities and then we'll kind of throw in some sort of storyline. Like you need to focus on the commercial first and then bring in the right people.
Has TikTok killed the commercial game?
Maybe.
Because I think that the expectations are so high. Now, I did love the commercial with what's his name, eyebrows popped off his head and just started flying around.
Eugene Levy?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, but did you notice how Pringles had like the same
same
one? I was like, that
Except
was
they did the mustache.
accidental.
They did the mustache.
That must have been a
So
like,
you went
coincidence.
eyebrows to mustache. All right. Now, I have to give Duncan's his props. I love the Ben Affleck Duncan commercials. And has Coach Belichick really let us in his soul? Because I feel like the last year I have learned and liked him more than I have ever liked him. I thought the Dunkins was good. What else commercial did we talk about doing? I mean,
Oh, what's another one? I'm trying to think. You know, I was the nerd that liked the Nerd Wallet commercial with the beluga whale. I don't know why I thought that
and
was fun.
Shabuzi?
Yeah, Shabuzi was good.
Yeah.
Shabuzi was good.
Snitch was okay when they had Stitch on the field.
Can I just say, because I know we're going to disagree here, I know you like the Seal commercial.
Listen,
But I'm just like, he finally gave in. It's like, all right, I'll do it. Give me the money.
I laughed so hard when I saw Seal as a Seal. Like, seriously. Like, you had to, if you were a person right there, be like, is that Seal as a Seal? Great commercial thought right there. But the Doritos commercials kind of let me down.
Yeah. Do you feel like Kiss from a Rose won't be the same because now there's a song about Mountain Dew Baja Blast?
I don't know, but Baja Blast is
Same music.
It's one of the few sodas that I actually taste sometimes that I have an inkling for.
Oh, okay.
Like when I do drink soda.
So hankering?
Yeah, because I don't drink soda. But when I do drink soda, it's usually root beer. Like I'm addicted to like fair.
Oh, okay.
Like if go to a carnival or fair, I'm gonna get.
You would get a float?
I get root beer flavor. What did you think about the halftime show?
Oh, here's what I think. That was for the culture.
That one right there was, you had to see that through different lenses.
That's a way to, because here's the thing. It's one of those that you need to go back and rewatch with a different idea about what you're saying.
Yes.
Because initially I was like, I don't know, but then I realized, first of all, this isn't necessarily for me. Number two, this is not, you expect a show in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's not Kendrick Lamar.
No, that ain't who he is.
No, and he had something to say last night.
Yes.
And so when you look at it through that lens, it's like, oh, now I go back and rewatch, and now you had a lot of things to say.
See, this was 100% message, 0% entertainment.
Correct.
It was all message. And you know what? Watching this battle through the year, the battle of Drake and Kendrick Lamar, I think last night was the funeral.
Serena was doing the crip walk there.
Yes! Like, he balled out 2 of his exes. Serena is his ex. SZA
Oh, I'd forgotten
is
about
his
it.
ex.
I like SZA.
So it was just, I was like, should I put some money in the serving plate? Is Drake dead? Like, this was the nail in the coffin to me. Then he winked at the camera.
Like, that's for you, Drake. That's you.
This was,
Oh, by the way, I won 5 Grammys last week.
just saying.
Yeah.
After winning 5 Grammys, I ain't got enough hands to carry these.
Yep.
And I won Grammys off a beef song. I think if you Drake, you turn it off then, you go mix you a drink.
Yeah.
You go like chill with the guys, play a little pool, all right, do something. But I 100% think that Drake did not watch that halftime show.
I wouldn't have, because you knew going in, like, this is not going to work out well for me.
That's just like me watching a halftime show and Steve Smith perform. Huh? He ain't got nothing good to say about me. Now, we good now.
Right.
As older men, but as young men, full of like vigor and just looking for a fight. I felt for Drake.
Yeah.
I felt for Drake last night, and I was like, man, does he bounce back from this?
He'll be fine. He just got, like, you can't come back at Lamar ever. Like, cannot.
Does he need to take a year off?
You take a break, and then you come back and you throw out a banger of an album, but you leave Kendrick alone because you lost that battle. Don't even try to go back there. It's over. Just give it a break and then come back. But the next thing you release, though,
gotta be fire.
It's gotta be fire.
It's gotta be your like old school, like people will like this because it can't be EDM Drake. Like it can't be.
No, he gotta go back
don't
to the
try
beginning.
anything
Yes.
new. Don't try anything new
It's
because
gotta be like Return from the Dead album.
Something, yes.
It has to be. It has to be your best work. Like your next work has to be your best work. And if it's not your best work,
then he's washed.
He's washed.
Kendrick killed him. It's over.
No. And then there go the thing about it. Mm-hmm. You went to battle. It's okay to lose battles.
Right.
Wars are lost all the time. All right? But boy, if you don't fight back.
That's a special loss that he took. It's not just who kind of won. It's like, guess what? 100% you lost.
And we waited, like Kendrick waited like 2 weeks, 3 weeks to even drop it. So we was like, has Drake sniffed him out? Is it over with? And then he just dropped bomb after bomb. And everybody was like, the anticipation to the halftime show was, is he going to do Not Like Us? That was the whole.
Yes. And he kept teasing it too.
He was like, I don't know, I might not. And then he waits to the end to do it. It was like, all right, on my way out here, turn around so I can kick you in the butt. All right? That's what it was to me. It was like, now, on the way out.
See you later.
There you go.
Just want to make sure I slammed the door on your butt on the way out.
American made. That's what it was.
And we got Samuel Jackson, too.
Uncle Sam. I thought that, and then him just narrating this thing.
And he had something to say in his narration.
That's what it was really, You Not Like Us. It was
Absolutely.
it was really
It was layered.
masterful,
written,
masterfully performed. It's so cringy. So cringy. It's like, how did the game was a contest and the halftime show was a battle?
Yep.
So that's why I was like, oh, we're going full battle mode this year. Mm-hmm. That's what made me enjoy it, Jinx.
We got your voicemails and emails coming up. I do want to mention, though, we have not even mentioned the MVP of the Super Bowl, Jalen Hurts.
Yes.
Who was brilliant. And I don't know if you saw the pregame interview you had with Aaron Andrews.
Yeah.
And Jalen Hurts, since he lost the Super Bowl a couple years ago, on his phone,
his
screensaver is him walking through the confetti after losing. And that's been on his phone to remind him every single day, you lost, you got to come back, And he comes all the way around, he gets the dub.
I know, I feel his pain. I used to do that in the off season. I would turn my screensaver to the worst player of the year I had.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so every time I go to my phone, it'll make me go work out.
Yeah.
It'll bring it back to mind. You ain't do something right. So I wouldn't put the best play on it. I would put the worst play of me just getting burnt in slow motion. Mm-hmm. Right? And it would make me wake up that day and say, all right, maybe I need to work out twice.
Right.
Instead of once. So you want to, I understand how he felt. I don't understand that from the Super Bowl perspective, but I understand anything that can motivate you as a player And the one thing I can say about Jalen Hurts, he has been playing high-level football for a long time, since college, in and out college. He's just been in big games. Big games don't bother him.
And he's been douded a lot along the way, too.
They always doubt him. Like, he's the beauty queen, Miss America, with a dead tooth in her mouth. Nobody gives him the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They just won't when all he does is win. Like, this dude could have easily folded after Tua took his job at Alabama.
Yep.
Didn't fold. Come in to Philadelphia, had to take Carson Wentz's job. All right? He's just one of those guys, when you count me out, I'm going to show you I'm way better than you think I am.
And now the NFC East is the only division of football to have all 4 teams win at least one Super Bowl. Cowboys with 5, Giants with 4, Commanders with 3, Eagles with 2.
So, no, we got multiple. Everybody got multiple.
Multiple.
Yeah.
Is there a chance, which I don't want to happen, but now it's the Eagles are the it team.
Yeah.
Can they build on something? Can they win multiple Super Bowls? Do they have the talent, especially with Saquon in the backfield and with this defense, to make a run?
They do.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, I got to ask myself, when would they start to deteriorate? All right, they're going to lose big play Slade. They're going to use some guys to cap casualty. Brun, which
Brun has been unbelievable.
They got to figure out what they're going to do with him because they signed him to a 1-year deal. They got Nakobe Dean, who they feel like is their future. He has to be re-signed.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so now we're finna see them problem solve.
Yeah.
We're finna see Roseman. How good are you when it comes to manipulating the cap? How good are you? Can you talk Lance Johnson to coming back for another year? Mm-hmm. All right, these are the things that you're going to have to realize. All right, how long can I keep A.J. Brown and Smitty together? Because Smitty is finna be up for a payday.
Yep.
All right, so sometimes with that success, you have to understand that I'm going to lose some people. You just lost Kellen Moore. It's finna be Jalen Hurts' third offensive coordinator. All right, so these are the things that can rattle the cage of success. So we're going to see how good they are and can they keep this thing going, because it's hard to keep going.
Well, they certainly have all the pieces in place. But you're right. There'll be some maneuvering along the way, but they also had to do that a couple years ago when they lost the Super Bowl.
They had to push the reset button a couple years ago. It had the down year last year.
Sure did.
All right, so it's one of the things about football. You always be brought back to the pack with success. Mm-hmm. With success, everybody going to peach off of your success. All right, if I don't get your players, I'm going to get your brain trust. I'm going to get your GM. Mm-hmm. I'm going to get something that's making you great. No team looks the same. And that's why I'm very excited about us, because I feel like us adding one person to each room upgrade us to the level where now we're a better team.
Yeah, no question about it. Hey, give us a call. 703-726-7419, 703-726-7419, or email us at WashingtonGetLoud@gmail.com, which means it is time for voicemails and emails.
Woo-hoo.
Anna, do we put you to sleep? You all right?
I'm all good. I'm good. I'm ready to.
I am.
Anna looked like she had a long flight from Colorado.
Yeah, I'm fine.
She blanked
You guys
out.
are great.
Coffee.
Really interesting.
Oh my
Love
goodness.
the show, guys.
Nice. Good stuff. All right. We ready for our first our first caller?
Yeah, give it to us.
Our little Super Bowl reaction.
Fred, Jinx, what up, guys? This Willie. What a heck of a halftime show. Them Eagles beat the stuffing off them Chiefs last night. And on the game, Kansas City has no match. But the good thing about it, and what I want y'all to understand, we helped the Eagles to that Super Bowl. We knocked on Tampa Bay and Detroit Ball. They basically walked into that. Well, glad it's over, baby. Next year, let's go Commanders.
He is right. Mm-hmm. We took out the heavy hitters for them. Mm-hmm. We went to Detroit and beat up Mr. Ford and everybody else in Detroit. All right? We went to Motown and kicked the door down. All right, so yes, we did. But it also, like I told him, I was happy that Philadelphia Eagles won because, one, I'm a big NFC East guy. Mm-hmm. Two, I love it when the measuring stick is in your division. Three, it tells me we ain't too far off.
Yeah.
So I'm fine with everything. I am good, but I did enjoy watching Philadelphia show them that the hierarchy, the top of the top is the NFC. Because we've heard AFC.
Yeah.
They got Lamar. They got Josh.
They got all the quarterbacks.
They got Burrow. We beat them all.
Yep.
We beat them all. All right, well, what are you saying? All right, no, the supremacy lays in the NFC, and that's where it's going to be.
Lovely and true.
I lost it. I blanked out. I'm back.
He's back. Super Bowl is over.
All right, this next one I think is from our friend Omer.
Okay.
And I'll get that started now. You guys know how I am with technical difficulties.
Yes, your iPhone 2.
Good
works when it
evening,
wants to.
Smoot, Jenks, Anna, maybe Caroline. I am home from the Capitals game. We beat the defending champion Florida Panthers. All I could think about was what Fred said earlier. Maybe they did send the wrong person to the Senior Bowl. I was wondering who the better prospect was. So I want to get Jenks' opinion on this, but Jenks might be a little biased. There are two cornerbacks that I really like. Assuming we keep our first-round pick and assuming we draft a cornerback, I cannot get over the prospect at East Carolina, Siobhan Revell. I think he's a great cornerback, and he is one of my favorite players in this draft. Last year, one of my favorite players was Edgerrin Cooper. He went to the Packers, and he had a great rookie year. Now, we didn't need linebackers after signing Gold Jacket himself, Bobby Wagner, and Frankie Louvu. So the dream kind of died after free agency, but I still rooted for Edgerrin Cooper, and he had a great rookie year. I'm kind of rooting for Siobhan Revell to be drafted by us. A part of me also likes Jahdae Barron from, the Longhorn State, Texas. If you guys are informed, I'd love to hear who you like more, who you're planning on rooting for, who you want us to draft at pick number 29. Love the show. Good night, fellas.
You're right. They should have sent Smooshadamas. I've been right over these years. I've been picking great players. Cooper Jean, one of them that I picked last year.
Yeah.
All right, so Revell, I like Revell, but I have to ask myself if I'm the brain trust. I got Marshawn Lattimore. I got Mikey Sanders still.
Yeah.
Is that what I want to push the button on that early? Or am I looking to upgrade another position? I personally think I love Travis Hunter. I'm a big Travis Hunter fan because I, too, was a 170-pound cornerback coming into the league. He is body built like mine. I am an XY receiver. I am Travis to the T. But if I'm just going off of intangibles, Will Johnson from Michigan,
Will Johnson's a great corner.
to me, might be the better pro. If you see what I'm saying. Like, I think overall, Will Johnson, to me, is the most corner without weaknesses. When I look at his game and how he plays, and if I had to ask myself, if I was playing in the Super Bowl next year and I had a rookie corner start, who would I trust more, Will Johnson or Travis Hunter? I would probably trust Will Johnson. But I like Revell. I think he's good. He will be there when we're picking. I just don't know if we're picking a cornerback.
I will say, if you can get Jahdae Barron at 29, which I don't think he's going to fall that far, but if he does, yes, I'm biased, but he can play anywhere in the secondary. He can play safety. He can play corner. He's very physical as a short tackler.
But you're not biased.
Not at all. He's hyper aggressive. He can get in the box and make stops in the run game as well. And remember when Texas played Ohio State in the semifinal, Jeremiah Smith was supposed to go off in that game?
Yeah.
He didn't. Why? Jahdae Barron was covering him a lot of the time. He is a lockdown corner, and teams just did not go after him during his senior season, won the Thorpe Award. And also, historically, Longhorns have had a lot of success here, going back to Derek Dockery, Brian Arakpo, Sam Cosme, all Longhorns, right?
Listen, the one thing I know about, if you walk in a pasture full of cows and Longhorns, you bound to step in some manure. All right? That's just the thing. That's just the way things go.
The Longhorns who played here have been very successful.
I think the Mississippi State Bulldogs that played here, the Preston Smiths of the world, of course Forbes didn't have the best time here, but most of the Mississippi State Bulldogs have had great careers when it comes to, the Washington. It's a marriage there.
Both things can be true.
No, but why not shop at both grocery stores?
Yes.
I love Wegmans, but I still shop at the Harris Teeter too.
Yeah.
It happens. All right? You can have the best of both worlds.
I'm just saying, if Barron drops to 29, that's a no-brainer of a pick.
The question is that the position that you want to upgrade?
Well, that's true because you need an edge rusher.
I would say, why not go edge?
Yeah.
Why not go offensive lineman right there? Like, it just – and then tight end is a hot position in this draft. It's one of those positions where there's a lot of guys in this draft, tight end, you might want to upgrade there. So it's one of those things where I think we're more of a best player available.
Yeah.
Team than we are, let's go out here and address the position.
Fair.
We're more best player available.
Well, we'll get back into this cornerback discussion right after our ads.
Ah, yes.
But this kind of inspired a little bit of a cornerback crash course, Fred, draft guru discussion. So you guys don't want to miss it. Be sure to come back to us after this little brief commercial read.
No,
That was very TV. Okay.
This brief commercial
This brief
read.
commercial break that I'm about to read
It
myself.
sounds
So
very
stay here,
1987.
but
Well
you
done.
won't actually be leaving. So, all right. The Get Loud podcast is brought to you by Bet365, the official sports betting partner of the Washington Commanders. Bet on a range of NFL markets with the Bet365 app. Craft your own personalized bet slip with Parlay. Access thousands of games with live streaming. Place your bet before the match or bet during the game. It's up to you. Download the Bet365 app today and join 80 million members worldwide. Age 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Virginia. Gambling problem? Call or text 1-800-GAMBLER.
And that's what a Colorado education will
done.
get you.
Thank you.
See you. Now we're back to Mississippi State.
Go Buffs.
The official Ivy League school of the SEC, not Vanderbilt, Mississippi State. MWAA. We don't travel to escape life. We travel so life doesn't escape us. We dream of anywhere in the world, in the blink of an eye, we're there. That's the wonder of flight. All you have to do is decide where to. Dulles International Airport. Let your imagination soar. Book your adventure today at flydulles.com/nonstop.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
That's what you get when you go to a school like mine.
Well, now that you've impressed us with your vernacular and your ability to read so smoothly, and you've talked about cornerbacks in the draft, we're going to have a crash course, like Anna was talking about, on evaluating cornerback talent. So I can sit here and say, ooh, you know what I like, Fred? I like those loose hips. Whatever, I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
What do you look for? When you look at a corner and you're evaluating someone and you decide, okay, you never know if someone's going to be a great pro, but what are some of the things, the characteristics that you like?
I like fluent guys. I like guys with the ability to stop and start. I like guys with a mental build-up, because it has to be a mental part to this. It can't all be physical. I want to see, when I'm studying a guy, I want to see what happens after he get beat. Does he lower himself, or does he step up and make plays?
Yeah.
So it's a mental build-up, it's a physical build-up. When it comes to the physical, you always want fluid hips, because you want a guy to be able to get himself out of trouble. Like when
So if he gets turned the wrong way, he can get right quick.
No, he can right the ship very quick. Like a DB has to be what we call a feline. All right, a feline never falls. All right, you throw a kid on the ground, it's always going to land on his feet. We have to be able to respond and react. We are reactors.
Yeah.
You give us something, we react off of it. I want to know those things about you, far as how good are you with your peripheral? Like, I need you to be able to look and see things without looking at them. It's so many parts to making a good defensive back, and I need your memory. I need you to have a memory of a cockroach. Like, I need you not to remember stuff. Like,
Yeah.
And that's easier said than done, Jinx.
Yeah.
Because when you on national TV and a guy just went up on top with you and hit you for a 70-yarder, then come back and beat you on a 20-yard dig, you can easily get in your head.
Yeah.
Like, you can easily get in your head, and this could be a nightmare. At one point, you have to get them off of you.
Yeah.
So it's certain traits that I need to see in you to know that you can hold up physically and mentally. And I think it's more than just what you can measure.
Let me ask you this question. I think this is interesting. Is that, and I know when you're guarding a receiver in the National Football League, everything happens like this.
Yeah.
It's split seconds.
Yeah, split seconds.
But how much of your job is getting it right, reading the route correctly, guarding the guy, and how much of it is, oh, I got it wrong. Oh, okay, I got this now.
Yeah.
Just reacting in that split second and guessing wrong or going the wrong way and then having to recover just in
It's
time.
more correction
That's
than
what
it is sitting there saying, okay, he did this, he stemmed me here, I go here. No, we get ourselves out of trouble all the
Yes.
time. But also you have to learn how to make your plays inside of the defensive call.
Okay.
All right. So just say I got cover 4 right here.
Okay.
I'm finna get a double post in this cover 4. Well, because it's a double post, that the first inside post is gonna take the safety. All right. Where I have to understand that in cover 4, where I usually stay high and to the outside,
Yep.
I got to go with that outside post. These are the things that you have to, but you can only learn it by doing it.
Right.
You can't do it just studying film right there. Like, you have to literally be out there. So the one thing about a cornerback, you are more fixing mistakes than you are trying to stay perfect, if you know what I mean.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah, so it's a very flawed position. It's like being in the batter's box as a baseball player. If I go 4 for 10, I'm a Pro Bowler.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, if I go 4 for 10 hitting in the bat, like I'm an all-star. Like it's a very flawed position. So you have to be ready to fail to succeed.
And
So-
you were talking about how people are so quick to jump on you if you make a bad play or two.
Yeah.
We saw that with Marshawn Lattimore
Yeah.
where, look, he takes on 2 of the best receivers in the game, of Mike Evans and A.J. Brown. He wins some battles. They win some
Wins
battles.
battles,
And
yeah.
it's, let's move this guy. It's
Yeah.
like, no.
And guess what? He shows up in Detroit and gets 0 balls,
Right.
0 yards. You forget about that.
Exactly.
Like, well, what about the game before that? It was 0 ball. I mean, he had another game before that where it was 0 balls his side. So it's a flawed position. You got to have thick skin to actually play the position because people are going to talk trash about you. Like it's just one day they love you, the next day they don't, and that'll never change.
Quarterbacks
Yeah.
in this year's draft.
Yeah.
It's not nearly as strong as last year's class, which was top notch.
Last year, I'm saying it.
Okay.
I know about the John Elway, Jim Kelly class.
That was a great class.
Dan Marino, I understand.
That was good.
Last year was the best quarterback class of all time.
But can you say that yet?
I said it before they even played a down.
All right.
And people can say what they want to. Caleb had the best rookie year for a Chicago quarterback of all time. Jaden Daniels was the best rookie quarterback of all time.
Well, that is true.
Michael Penix showed there. Bubba Bo Nix was in there throwing that. Spencer Rattler made plays. Like J.J. McCarthy, we ain't even seen him play yet.
But that's potential based on 3 gold jackets.
All I'm telling you is because of COVID,
Okay.
because these guys had more starts than any college quarterbacks in history, I think they benefited from it.
Okay.
I think they all benefited from it, and I think they all understand, too, and what's really working in their favor, most of the offensive coordinators in the pros are taking a lot of college and incorporating it. Like, it used to be this thing where you come to the league as a quarterback, and they'd be like, no, you're going to do stuff the league way.
Right.
Now they're more bending everything and molding it to the quarterback that they have. Mark my word, best quarterback class
All right.
of all time.
What do you do if you're Tennessee, where you got Will Levis as your quarterback?
Mayonnaise man.
Mayonnaise man.
Yes.
Do you take probably a surefire thing in Travis Hunter? Maybe you go Abdul Carter out of Penn State, who's
Ooh, it'd be
going to be a
hard.
stud.
It'll be hard to not go him.
Or do you roll the dice on a very good quarterback in Cam Ward, maybe Shador, but no real guarantee. Those other positions probably more guaranteed stars in the NFL.
Ain't no guarantee in the draft. Let's start
That's
there.
true. It's true.
Second of all, if I'm Tennessee, Will Levis has sold me enough. First of all, I don't like my quarterback to be rocked up.
Right.
You have never seen a rocked up quarterback be good. I'd rather have him built like Tom Brady.
I'm
or
trying to
Patrick
think. I
Mahomes.
think you're right, though. I mean, when's the last time you saw some quarterback was just shredded?
Just jacked. No, it just don't go
Good
with the
point.
position. And Will Levis, on paper, looks good.
Sure.
But the intangibles are not there. The leadership is not there. It's just not there.
Right.
If I'm Tennessee and I'm a new coach and I'm starting from scratch, I'm going to get me a quarterback. Because if I draft a quarterback, it buys me time with the fan base.
Yeah.
It lets them know we're starting building from zero right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to give up on Will Levis because I can keep Will Levis. It forces me not to play my quarterback early if I don't want to. Cam Ward or Shador, whoever, but I have to get somebody to sell tickets right now. And Will Levis is not
no.
selling tickets.
No, he's not doing that. When it comes to Washington, 29th pick in the draft,
Yeah.
could be an edge rusher. You could argue O-line help,
Tight end.
tight end. Some would say running back deep. Like, you can go a lot of different positions. And of
Wide
course,
receiver.
Oh, for sure. I would love to see Emeka Egbuka
Yeah.
if he dropped that. People forget about him because
Yeah.
of Smith. He's a very good player.
Yeah.
So if you have your chance to draft at 29, what is the one position you're going after? And of course, who they sign for free agency will shift the calculus as well.
I think I go tight end. Fanning, pretty good. Michigan, Lovelow, he won't get there. He's going to be taken so high. Texas, tight end. So tight end is the most intriguing
Gunnar Hill?
position in this draft to me. And if I can get a guy that I can let Ertz rub off on right now, and that means with Ertz, I can depend on both of them, not needing either one to be the masterpiece right now.
Is this because you see Ben Sinnott as more of a blocking tight end as opposed to a pass catcher?
Yeah. Well, I'm giving him time to develop.
Yeah.
But I also want to, in every room, this is what Philadelphia has put me on alert at. In every room, I want to upgrade. In every room, not some room, in every room. Besides Jedi 5, I'm trying to upgrade. That's even running back. Like Rocket Sanders. Like, it's a lot of guys in this draft. ETN. Like, it's a lot of guys in this draft in the running back room that I'm looking like, is this guy an upgrade to what I got? Because if it is, I'm adding them.
Yep.
No feelings involved. This is a business. So running back, tight end, offensive line, D-line, I'm trying to upgrade.
Yeah, there's a lot of positions. There's a lot of rooms that need upgrading here. But that's the exciting thing is that you have the draft coming up, and we know Adam Peters, his success in the draft, and also you have a ton of cap space to work. Yeah.
Like, you got everything working in your favor
Exactly.
right now. We as good as we did going to the NFC Championship, it was still ground zero here. And you know what? I have to talk about this.
Okay.
I already said damn shame Hall of Fame for what they did to B. Mitch and Jacoby and London. Coach of the year, 5th place.
That's weak.
For Dan Quinn, 5th place.
It's just because, honestly, it's a byproduct of Jaden being such a meteor, like such a superstar, that it took away
from the
it,
job
it shouldn't
he did.
have, but I think in people's eyes, it's because of Jaden, it's because of Jaden, and they didn't give full credit to Dan Quinn for changing the culture. Yes.
Like, come on. 5th, I can understand 3rd. 2nd.
I like it. You just heard 3rd.
Hey, listen, because I was expecting him to win it.
Yeah.
And I was giving, I give all the props Minnesota. I played in Minnesota. Great job. I just felt like the job here, they was a team already almost there. Like, they was a good team last year.
Oh, yeah.
We won 4 games, Jinx.
Yes.
And to turn it around and go to the NFC Championship, how could you not put that coach on a pedestal?
I agree. I'm like you. I'm stunned that it wasn't at least close. Like, what are you talking about, 5th place?
I felt like whoever won Coach of the Year should have been first name Dan. It should have either been Dan Campbell or Dan Quinn.
Yep.
Simple as that. I really did feel like they did the best coaching job out of every coach in the league this year.
I could not agree more. Okay.
All right.
Anna is awake again?
Well, you kind of actually hit one of the topics of our but I'll play the voicemail and we can add some insight to that.
Brought to you by iPhone 2.
Smooth, Jinx, Anna. What's up? This is C. Michael Henson. And I just, this is Friday after the NFL honors. And I want to say shout out to Jaden Daniels, Jedi 5, for winning AP Offensive Rookie of the Year. He's very deserving of that award. But I also want, we all need to call the police because I want to report a robbery. The victim was Dan Quinn. He got robbed of Coach of the Year. He definitely should have got that Coach of the Year from taking a team that only had 4 wins last year to the NFC Championship game. He definitely got robbed of that. So if we can just and the suspect is the NFL, whoever does the votes for that, that's the suspect. Last thing I want to say is I'm a teacher down here in North Carolina, and this is our homecoming week, so this is Spirit Week. Nice. And Friday originally was 90s Day, so we were supposed to dress like we're in the 90s. But just yesterday, they amended it and said you can either dress like you in the 90s or in honor of the Super Bowl, you can wear the jersey of your favorite team. Oh, why did they say that? Because, I went home and I got my stuff and acted like it was game day at Northwest Stadium. So in honor of both the 90s and my Washington Redskins / Commanders, I pulled out my Dale Green jersey.
Nice.
And I acted like it was game day. I rolled up with my flags on my car, my jacket, and I'm all decked out in burgundy and gold. I'm going to send y'all a picture in the email. But until then, Hail to the Commanders. Y'all stay safe.
Do
Lift
that,
hand
man.
up.
Yes, sir.
We saw your email. It was awesome. Thanks for
Yeah, it was
sharing
great.
with
It was
us.
great.
great. Most definitely.
You would-
And you can't ever lose with the 28. You
No.
just can't.
No.
Well, if you guys could pick a jersey from the 90s to wear right now.
90s?
I would
So many
probably.
good choices.
I think mine would be in the 8. Well, I guess I'm a Theismann guy.
Yeah, you love Joe. I mean, who doesn't love Joe?
Yeah,
I
that's a good
love.
one.
Listen to me. People need to go back and watch Joe Theismann film to really appreciate him. And I think he could be the only quarterback in history of the NFL to have punt return yards. He's
Has
a
to
punt
be.
returner.
Yeah.
Like, does that not show you? And I feel for Joe because it ain't nothing like being a top-notch athlete and having that what if over your head.
Yeah.
Because Joe got hurt in a time where they wasn't fixing that. You know what I'm saying?
That's a really great point to make because a lot of these, Joe Montana is another example, and there's a whole, you can do a whole deep dive on him getting slammed on artificial turf, which was concrete, which shortened his career.
Yeah.
The medicine was so different, the turf was so different
Yeah.
that careers would have been
The
different for guys.
equipment-
Yes.
the equipment was
the
different.
equipment was different. The rules were different. The
yeah.
rules were different.
Like, you
throw
could
around
just
the corner,
slam a
oh,
car. You could just
easy.
You could drive a 18-wheel over a
Yeah.
quarterback at this time.
And they'd be like, that's the game.
That's the
Like,
game. and I just feel like it's a lot of what if with Joe. Because I have to ask myself, Joe, he already got more yards than the quarterback in this franchise.
Mm-hmm.
What would it have been like if he never got hurt? So me, number 7, Joe Theismann jersey. That's
that.
what I'm throwing on. What about you?
I'd go with B. Mitch.
Yeah.
I just love B. Mitch, and I love his game because it's such a great way to, you always hear this all the time in football, what you know. You got to make a name for yourself on special teams.
And he made a position. Third down back.
I started to say,
Returner.
it started on special teams, like, we got to use this guy
Everywhere.
every way. He's one of those guys, like, I don't care where he is.
Yeah.
Get him on the field. I don't care if you split him out, put him in the backfield.
B. Mitch, Eric Metcalf,
Oh, yeah.
Dave Meggett, they became the epitome of a third down back, a specialist.
And you had to make sure to account for them every single time
When
they're
they
on the
come
field.
in, it's a defensive alert.
Yes.
Right then when they come in the game.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. We ready for our next voicemail?
James. Ooh. What's up, guys? This is your boy, Mr. Savage, down in Charlotte, North Carolina, repping our Washington Commanders. I just had a quick question for you. I was curious. I know with the Myles Garrett enamorization going on, but I think another edge rusher that's not getting a lot of attention that I think we can go get is Mr. Trey Hendrickson off of Cincinnati.
Trey.
I mean, if Myles Garrett's a 10 out of 10, I'd say Trey Hendrickson's right there at a 9 to get onto our squad than Myles Garrett, but still bring not as big of a production as Myles Garrett, but he'd be pretty close, I think. Just wanted to get your thoughts on that, and if you think he fits that poor Commanders mantra that Adam Peters is preaching. Appreciate y'all. Love the show. Have a good one.
Thank you, man.
Trey Hendrickson with that all gas and no brakes.
Oh, man.
He is most definitely Commander DNA.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be honest. And they got to pay Jamar Chase, T. Higgins. And the first thing they said is we can't pay everybody top of the market. Message. All right?
Yep.
Right. So I think Trey Hendrick's DNA is most definitely Commander's DNA. But Myles Garrett is a ogre.
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes guys are just different. The 1% of the 1%.
And he's hungry. That's what he said. He wants to win a title.
Why not? Come on. Come on.
Come on in.
Like, listen,
Water's warm.
now, here go the thing about it. Compared to Trey Hendricks, he might be a free agent, but you
Right.
have to give nothing for, just pay.
Yeah.
And Myles Garrett, you're going to have to wheel and deal for him. You
And
have to give some up.
Right. And I trust Adam Peters, but it always makes me a little nervous when you have a young team and you have picks. Myles Garrett is also as good as he gets.
I can guarantee you this. I like a dual Carter. I don't think it's a Myles Garrett in this draft.
No.
All right, thank you.
No.
They don't grow on trees. If you got a chance, trade the house.
Mm-hmm.
Dulles Airport, whatever, Wegman, whatever I got to put in
We'll
the
give you
draft.
Spirit Airlines.
Yeah, we don't care.
We'll start there.
Yeah, we don't, like, whatever that needs to get traded for Myles Garrett, you do it. They just don't grow on trees. And I would love to see him in, what number would I put him in? I don't know, one
You
maybe.
got me making that face too, like.
I just put him in number one, just 6'6", 270-pound man.
So he looks bigger in the jersey.
Yeah, it just looks so scary. Like, it looks scary, all right?
Why is that big man wearing that tiny number?
Yeah, why did that dude?
And you know, can I also say, I meant to say this earlier. When you talk about players coming out and they're like, he could be the next Myles Garrett, I'm like, all right, let's pump the brakes.
Let's stop.
Or this guy could be the next Michael Jordan. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And same thing kind of goes, I know it's easy to say afterwards, but the same thing kind of goes with Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady. And I'm not saying that Patrick Mahomes isn't one of the greats, but this whole, he could be the GOAT. Let me put it this way. If he wants to beat Tom Brady's record, Super Bowls, he has to win 5 more.
Yeah. Listen.
To tie, he needs 4. He's not even halfway there. He might do it, but let's slow down a little bit on once you start winning Super Bowls, you just keep on winning.
Yeah.
No, you don't. That's extremely difficult to do.
It's difficult to do, and we are so quick to crown people.
Yes.
We're so quick to get to the last chapter of a story while we're in the middle of the book that we don't pay attention to it. All right? And that's what they do, especially when it comes to athletes. Once you give them a taste, they be like, oh, he the next coming of who's ever the blueprint. No, you don't do that. And that's why I love what we do at the Lakers. We fleece people. All right? We fleeced the Orlando Magic for Shaq.
Yep.
No way you're supposed to trade us Shaq at that time. We fleeced the Memphis Grizzlies for Paul Gasol.
They fleeced the Hornets for Kobe back in the day.
We fleeced the Hornets for Kobe, most definitely.
Yes.
And we just fleeced the Dallas Mavericks for Luka Lannister, the King Slayer. Fine. So that's what we do.
It's got to be good to be a Lakers fan.
Yeah.
Poor Mavs fans. They're dying right now.
Because AD hurt already.
Oh, he's already out a month with an adductor strain.
A flat tire. Can't drive a car with a flat tire.
Commanders fans, the 2024 football season is over, but SeatGeek is always here to help you experience all the action in 2025. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be part of all the touchdown celebration this season. Doesn't matter if you're buying or selling tickets to Commanders football games or any other live event in DC, SeatGeek is the place to do it. The official primary ticketing partner of the Washington Commanders. The most disruptive idea in ticketing, a ticket that works. Expect the expected SeatGeek.
I think I'd go on SeatGeek and get me a Kendrick Lamar ticket.
Yeah?
To
Is he playing anywhere?
I'm sure he is.
He's going to be playing. He's going to be playing at Northwest.
I've been saying he coming to Northwest.
Is he coming?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't remember when, but yes, he'll be here.
SeatGeek.
Somebody said that to me, but I'm like, is it soon? I guess I need to check that out.
I feel like it's like the spring. Summer.
I'm going to be there. Don't you worry about that. I will be there, young Kendrick, to the funeral of Drake. That's what he should name his tour. The funeral.
The funeral. And he doesn't even have to say Drake. People are like, that's Drake's funeral.
Yes.
Still know.
Like, we already know who it is. Just put an owl
That's
out there.
Aubrey's funeral.
Yeah, just put an owl in the casket. That's all you need to do.
Well, we have one more voicemail, and then we have a quick game if we have a little time for that, if you guys are up for it.
All right.
Okay, we ready? Oops. Here.
Yes, Fred and Jinx. How y'all doing, man? I'm calling you from California, man. I'm actually Jaden Daniels' uncle. And I was just calling
Uncle Daniels.
What you guys experienced, I've been experiencing for a long time out here on the West Coast, and when he was at Arizona, when he went to LSU. But I just want to tell y'all in the audience, and the fans, thank you for taking him in and treating him decent. I appreciate that. His grandparents are long gone now, but he loved them so, and we love Jaden so. But anyway, God bless.
Thank you, Uncle Daniels. I hope your first name is Jack. Way to show love right there. We love when any family members call.
Yeah, he's proud uncle, as he should be. And honestly, when you say, hey, thank you, it's easy to love and appreciate someone who comes in with that much talent, who is that humble. I mean, it's easy.
It's easy.
From the start, everyone said, man, this kid works so hard. He's so humble. All he wants to do is win. That's an easy person to love and root for.
No, easy. And thank you, Uncle Jack Daniels, for sending us such a special person, because it takes a village.
Yes.
The one thing we know as grown men, we took a little bit of our aunt, our auntie, our cousin, mom, dad. It's a little bit of all them in us. And to see how he turned out to be, it tell me that it was a village of great people around him that helped him get to where he is.
Well, Thank you for calling in. We love our callers.
We do.
Oh no, we got the best callers in the
We
game.
got the best callers, best emailers.
I wonder are we the only
703.
podcast that take in calls like that.
For
definitely
the
old school.
Commanders, I feel like yes.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
For sure, the
Which I
Commanders.
love. That's old school.
Yeah, that's very old school.
We love old.
Get back to the basics.
And we love to hear from you guys because you guys always have perspectives we don't know. I mean, we had fans emailing us like segment ideas. Like, if you guys have ideas, topics you want us to hit, please email us, send us, call us, leave us your voicemails, words. But we just love all the ideas you guys have.
And also, can I just say, like, it's nice to hear people's voices because how someone says something.
Yes,
like you
it's
hear
different.
tone and it gives you some
You hear
context.
emotion.
Yeah, and so those things don't always come across, or can be difficult to come across on social media, text, whatever. And you hear someone like, "Oh, I see what you're saying." now."
Yeah, most definitely.
So, without further ado, you guys ready for this game?
Let's go, Anna.
All right.
You guys know I always have different
A
game
show.
ideas.
That's your thing.
Yes. This one's called Final Phrase. Basically, I typed a word search into Google, and you're going to guess what came up 1st or what came up second or third.
I got you.
Yep. And we have 3 different ones. This first one, there's actually only 2.
All right.
But if you guess the first, you get 10 points. Second, 5 points. Third most popular, 1.
All right.
Okay.
Typed in iced coffee and Jinx popped up. Yeah.
Probably true.
So, first one we got. The best quarterback in the NFC East.
Jay
is-
Daniels.
Jay Daniels.
Actually, yes. Yes.
Yeah.
There we go.
Definitely.
Okay,
There
that
we go.
was too easy. Okay, well, who do you think popped up second?
Did you say the NFC? Just the
NFC East.
Oh,
It's gotta
Dak
be-
Prescott.
No,
No, it's gotta be.
Jalen
It's gotta be
Hurts.
Hurts.
yeah.
All right.
Which is surprising, but this was all before the Super Bowl when I typed this in.
But
so
even
they-
then, like Dak's been out for a while, and I feel like Jaden's already established himself.
I think
And
if
maybe
his
it's the
rookie
Mississippi State
season was the
Bulldog.
floor.
It made me say Dak.
probably it.
Yeah.
Yeah. If the rookie season was just the beginning, I think.
Tommy DeVito.
Yes.
This
Tommy Cutlets.
next one. The scariest NFL defense is
It's Philadelphia.
It's got to be the Eagles.
not even in the top 3.
All right, let me guess. Scariest NFL.
They probably said Kansas City,
Nope.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that was number 2. That was
Steelers.
5 for you, Fred.
So it's Steelers.
Chargers. No, I mean they were. Good at minimizing points per game. I'm trying to figure out who has a scary
Detroit?
defense.
No.
Patriots.
Think about our neighbors.
Oh, the Ravens.
Yeah, that
Oh.
was number 1.
Really though?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
But
why
Google's
the
not
Ravens
right
There was
always.
never a top 5 defense.
They started the year in the
Stinks.
lower third of the
Yeah.
NFL and got better towards the end of the season, where
Well,
maybe
you
they're
know,
top 10
Google's
defense.
wrong too. I tell people everything you Google don't make it true.
Any
right.
guesses for number 3?
Number 3, best overall defense.
Tampa Bay.
Jets,
Scariest?
49ers.
No, I would say
Lions. No,
I think the division that we played against
Oh, the NFC South.
the NFC within the NFC North.
The Minnesota Vikings.
No.
It what?
Packers.
the Packers.
No, come on. The Vikings with better defense.
I know. I don't know.
They need to update their Google. Maybe it's your
File a
phone.
complaint with Google.
I
no,
think the
I
85
swear.
Bears had the
Yeah,
best
yeah,
defense
yeah, like,
this
come
year.
on.
Like, all right, I
Okay.
guess.
Now here's this last one. Why isn't blank in the Hall of Fame?
London Fletcher.
No.
Eli
B.
Manning.
Mitch.
Eli Manning. Good. Nope.
Joe Jacoby. I'm calling out the only Washington player.
Oh, I'm thinking about if you go online and you search.
Yeah.
Eli's going to be a hot one because he
Reggie
didn't make it.
Wayne.
No. Number 2. Do you want me to tell you who number 2 is?
Yeah, please.
Luke Kuechly.
Fair. Luke Kuechly is a very good player.
Yeah, I take London first.
Think justice for London.
Yeah,
1,000%.
Most definitely. I'm starting my London Fletcher campaign right now. I'm applying pressure. I think if you don't apply pressure, things don't happen. I'm gonna apply pressure on the Hall of Fame. See, can I get something done?
Do it. I have no influence, but I'll apply my pressure.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Your pressure is like 9, 10, mine is like a half.
shame Hall of Fame. That's all I'm gonna say. It's some guys that get in there that just it ain't the Hall of Good. All right,
Ask around, watch the tape, look at the numbers. It's not close.
it's not
perfect.
close.
And that's how we end it.
Yeah.
It's been our own.
Yeah.
Fred, look how focused you are right now.
I am. You know, I take that very serious. Like, I really want to see those 3
Yeah.
guys go into the Hall of Fame. They deserve it. Joe Jacoby won't, because it's nothing sexy about being an offensive
Right.
lineman. All right, I'm sorry, but he is a cornerstone for this franchise. He should be in there. London undisputedly should be
Mitch,
there.
yeah.
Be Mitch, second to Jerry Rice. What do I need to say? I shouldn't have to sell you good stuff.
Preach it. That's Fred Smoot. I'm Michael Jenkins. Remember, we're coming back on what, the 20th, Anna?
Yeah, we're gonna have
The
later.
21st. The
21st.
21st.
All right.
Friday. The best day of the week.
The new best day of the week.
Yes, we started the week off, now end it with us.
Yeah.
Thanks for being with us. We'll see you then. The views and opinions expressed by our podcast guests and or hosts are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of the Washington Commanders or any of their representatives.